in the top right as the red Protoss. He is one game away from facing against Nama in the finals. And in the bottom left, we have Fnatic MSI's very own Fenix, who has been ripping up the tournament scene in the Americas and now here in Europe. He is 2 games away from winning, but if anyone is capable of a clutch comeback, it is Fenix.
It is definitely that man. Coming second, actually, in the Southern American Blizzard tournament, losing versus Killer. Still picked up quite a nice prize pool in that tournament. Now fighting for his life in this. But MaNa, wow, displaying some so high-level Protoss play in this tournament.
Definitely, definitely. There are more SCVs being produced as usual, and we do see MaNa starting off with a little bit of a wall by that pylon. Very, very common tactic of extremely good Protoss players who use those early buildings to create little walls, and we saw that that was quite effective in barring drops from doing too much damage. Cannons and Zealots able to clean everything up in the end.
I really like the way that MaNa does wall off. He sent down the probe a little bit earlier to build the gateway just to check in case there was a hidden barracks in the bottom of his base, and then went back to build the gateway, and it's really nice, and this will help out a lot. Battle.net, don't do that. Will help out a lot against Hellion play, and if the Fenix might actually do that, because usually what we've seen him do is open up in a best of 3 with Banshee play, and then in the second game he likes to do Blue Flame Hellions, and this wall-off will help out a lot against that.
Definitely. I still don't think it's a bad idea to begin with Blue Flame Hellions. We did see a very effective opening against Tyler where he did kill off 30 probes with those Blue Flame Hellions in 2 key blasts. So again, even though that attack took a while to come to fruition, Fenix is really the master of forcing his opponent to make big mistakes.
And the tech lab has been put down on the barracks. MaNa hasn't quite seen it yet. I'm sure he will see it eventually. Look how he's using the probe actually just to mess around with the SCVs. And he keeps clicking it so the SCVs move to another mineral patch. Marauder is going to come out, I suppose, for the first unit. But very trademark from Fenix. Supply depot being put up there. In previous games, we have seen Fenix actually skip a supply depot to get that.
Oh, MaNa forgetting to put any guys in gas at all. He doesn't notice. MaNa, oh no, oh my god, and getting a second geyser so he can double not mine gas.
That's quite a huge mistake, and he's obviously focusing around this. Now he does actually transfer them in, but that is a critical mistake, and that's going to delay his units by quite a lot. I mean, he needs 50 gas for a Stalker. That's going to be delayed now. And it's going to actually allow Fenix to stay in the base for a lot longer than normal. Oh, actually, I say that, and he gets trapped with his SUV.
Yeah, and it looks like he is chrono boosting the gateway. Cybernetics core now can barely afford warp gates, but no warp gates going down just yet. There's a gateway going down. Now, in MaNa's spot, if he was intending on doing some sort of robotics facility play or perhaps some sort of Stargate play, he is unable to do it because of that huge mistake. I mean, if you have one idle probe on minerals, that's one thing. But if you completely forget to put guys in gas, that is another. And look at this, no warp gate. What happened to MaNa?
I don't know, but Fenix is taking complete control of this game. It looks like this SCV in the top left-hand side will be building a second barracks down day 9. Or it could be just going for a scout. I was thinking he was going to go for a second hidden barracks because he is going for stim, but no. He's going for the command center, and MaNa actually gets inside the base and sees the command center down.
Well, this is a trademark Fenix opening. He is getting a bunch of Marauders with stim, and then he is going to sprint and go. And MaNa only just now starting the warp gate. Oh my goodness, that is going to put a huge hindrance in his ability to produce units. Fenix now darting up to the high ground, sees that there are one of each gateway unit out right now. He's still going to try to go ahead and make that push.
Here he comes up now for Marauders. They could do a lot of damage, especially because Stim is just around the corner from finishing. 125 out of 140. By the time he gets to the ramp, it shall be finished, and there's only a handful of units. And kited well with these 4 Marauders, he can do a lot of damage. The Sentry, though, does have a force field, which could cut these in half.
Now, as much as we've been saying that MaNa making huge blunders, and as true as that is, he is the man who can make the great comebacks. Whoa! That was a pretty good timing by Fenix, but and he's scanning up onto the high ground. Fenix now trying to move up. There are no units there that can actually throw down any more force fields. He would have had the warp gate out at this point in time, but he does not. There's the stim up. Oh my gosh, MaNa now having to pull a whole bunch of units off. Fenix now pushing up a very strange opening, and there's one Stalker goes down. Will he get the second one? Yes, indeed he will, and now he's target firing the Sentry. Picks that one off. There is another force field getting thrown down. No concussive shell at this point in time. There, the target firing on the Stalkers. Will he get a second one? No, but he does bring it down to 4 health. The expansion command center for Fenix is done. Concussive shell is done. Reactors are up. Fenix is in a very good position.
He definitely is, and the observer is coming into the base of Fenix, and he will be able to see everything. One reactor has been made. The second is a tech lab, actually. I thought it might have been a reactor, but no, it is a tech lab. And now he can start firing away. A bunker has gone down, just in case of any counterattacks. At the same time, MaNa decides to put down a Nexus.
Now, MaNa is just incredible at coming out of awkward situations. We saw his game against Morrow. You know, the one where I kicked the computer and the whole series crashed. That one. In that series, yes, thank you. In that series, MaNa tried to do a cannon rush, and it failed so miserably that Morrow would have really been enraged if a regame was forced. But they just played that game out, and what happened? MaNa convincingly won, continuing to expand, harass, do so many creative things. So MaNa starting off a little bit behind, but restabilizing, not losing focus, not forgetting what his game plan is.
And you say that, he is slightly ahead in food. Obviously his economy is a little bit behind. The mules are going to make a lot of difference to pump that up. The observer in fantastic position. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a scan from Fenix just to get rid of that observer. He's getting a lot of information out. SCV moving up and sees a lot of units and a pylon gone down. And if I just look in the perspective of Fenix, he doesn't see the expansion down at all for Nana, so he has no idea what is going on.
In the Fenix cam, he hasn't really taken a poke up at his opponent in quite some time, and in fact, MaNa is in the lead in the food count, and I think Fenix has played through his build enough to know that that is the case. He is building those bunkers. Will he actually be salvaging and going for an attack? Oh my goodness, this force of MaNa could do serious damage.
And he's looking up, and oh no, they're going to engage here, and stim, he doesn't stim, he needs to stim, now he does. Nice full fields though.
It looks like those Stalkers are doing a lot of damage. The Marauder count is rapidly dwindling, and more Stalkers get warped in. There's no bunker anymore. Is MaNa actually going to be able to push in for a kill right now? Fenix having to bring in a bunch of SCVs. These observers, MaNa getting a lot of observers. I mean, a lot of players joke that you only ever get one observer as Protoss, and then you completely forget that you can do that because you're too busy making Colossus. But no, MaNa getting gateway units, getting those observers in brilliant positions, and now we see the Fenix is up against the wall.
And MaNa is coming in, try to get in there before the bunker finishes. He's got a lot of sentries, and Fenix could be in a world of trouble. Stimming again, he has no medivacs to heal out, and MaNa could be taking this game right here, right now, Day9.
Units trying to cut to the right, but look at those great force fields. Will pick off one of the Marauders trying to get in there. MaNa now darting forward with gateway units. Victory might be inches away. No more units for Fenix. This expand seemed to backfire. Medivacs pop out, but there are no more units to heal. More of MaNa's units. The BYOC player who had to battle through so many is 1 win away from the finals against Nama. He is killing off the factory. Fenix is trying to micro. In the meantime, this orbital command has nothing mining. The factory falls. It looks like Fenix is in a terrible spot.
5 warp gates, another one being added into the base roller. 6 warp gates altogether, and oh no, Fenix is in so much trouble. He's going to walk into the base, and there are no units. A couple of Marauders that are using Stim to try and save the base, but no, they're going to go down.
And GG called.
And MaNa